One second, y'all. Hey guys! Today I'm here to react to a Shin Sonic, the newest Shin Sonic videos that came out, which is linked. But yeah. Before we start the video, let's start the video. Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe and all blah blah blah. What's this art? You telling me that was 3,000 years ago? Playzone, 3,000 years ago? Oh! Looks like nothing to find somewhere. Whoa. Is that Knuckles' dad? Who's this? Is this like Knuckles' dad or something? What the fuck?
You know you're not supposed to be here. Why aren't you back with the rest of the clan? Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen you before. State your name and your business here.
My name is Knuckles the Echidna. I am not of this land. I come in dire need of the Emerald's power.
Oh my god. Oh! Oh!
I've been guarding those emeralds for decades. You're crazy if you think I'm just gonna give them to anybody who asks. Especially an echidna I've never seen before. Now get lost. I'd really hate to have to kill one of my own kind.
Looks like Ariana's done it. The fight is
You won't give them to me, then I'll have to take them.
Oh no!
Try it.
Are you kidding me? That's it? Okay, don't worry, y'all. I have everything. Freaking monster versus freaking Sonic. Gun report. Yeah, I can read this. I'm just gonna watch over here. Effects. heck? This thing's gonna be multiplying, no. Shadow!
Project Shadow. In order to continue our efforts in stopping what has become of Sonic, we need you to give us your account of what transpired when you fought. You were nearly dead when we found you. It's only thanks to Gun that you're still here. You should have left your Chaos Emerald with us, instead of choosing to act independently. Look, we know you can hear us. The longer you refuse to comply, the more we'll get killed out there, and who knows how long it will be until Knuckles returns.
Robotnik's lab.
What?
There's something, no, someone there. They could be of use.
Who are they? Looks like we're gonna be at this for a while. Continue working on his upgrades. I want a squadron sent out to investigate Robotnik's lab as soon as possible.
It's, is that like Metal Sonic?
I might have just found something. But what is it?
Or why don't you be like Robotnik's coach? That was definitely Metal Sonic. Tape. So they found a VHS. Here it is. So we saw Metal Sonic and then they found a VHS.
We got him. We finally got him. Can't run anymore. He's weaker. The bacteria, it's working. We're finally gonna get what we want. And it's gonna be beautiful.
Oh, Sonic. No, that was a. Oh, no, he sees us. Oh, dear God, he saw us.
For what purpose have I been summoned?
You will untie King Moloch and unleash his wrath.
How come you got me for this? Why can't you just do this yourself?
It's beneath me. I have a greater purpose than rope untire.
Okay, well, the only reason you're in charge and not me is because you pants me in the sacred locker room in front of all the boys, and they don't respect me no more. You took off my underwear and everything. Who does that?
Well, if you're like me, you're gonna do it 100%.
A-holes.
All right, well, you aren't thinking rationally. Consider the fatal risks. We don't even know what he can do yet.
Risks? You talk to me about risks? Have you forgotten our oath bounded by blood? We live with the purpose of reforming this wretched world into a utopia by the will of Moloch. The offering of human souls will draw out King Moloch's true power. With
Moloch.
that, we can bring to
Not
fruition
Moloch.
a world without sin.
But straight, there are too many anomalies.
This is not
And a
up
catch
for
a sign for
discussion.
this.
Release him at once.
I don't even do nothing.
Okay. Holy shit. Can't even freaking do that right.
Did it just hit this bullet? What am I watching? I'm just gonna watch it explain videos. Cause I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I had to include Sonic, bro. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know why they had to include Shin Sonic here. That man was probably having an adventure and y'all just kidnapped him and did some evil doing. Metal! Another aura guy. A Shin Metal Sonic! What's the internet come to? Where's the world come to? I would have saw a freaking fan animation of that. And it was apparently canon. Hooray. From this lovely gentleman here, so let's get started.
You're like me, you probably thought this would be The creator of the Shin Sonic tapes just released another one, and with it, we get a lot more information about what Shin is, what happened to Sonic, and who will likely be the heroes of this story moving forward. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and go through the tape while also connecting some of the lore from previous videos to paint a fuller picture. Now, the new tape starts off with Shin having just found another Chaos Emerald, and it seems like the organization called Gun is trying to keep him from getting it, even going as far as dropping a nuke on his head, which, crazy enough, Shin also just eats. In this image here, it almost looked like he enjoyed the flames, which backs up my idea that he is some type of like demon spawn. Next, we learn that it's only been about a day since Knuckles actually went back in time. I'm sure you all remember this scene.
Yep, I just seen that.
Guarding those emeralds for decades. You're crazy if you think I'm just gonna give them to anybody who asks. Especially an echidna I've never seen before.
And more importantly, we learn that Shin has gathered 5 Chaos Emeralds at this point. But I also want to point out that in this report here, they refer to Shin as Sonic, and that will be important later, so remember that. Now, while Shin does seem unstoppable, there is one piece of good news. Apparently, after he gathered the 5th Chaos Emerald, he basically curled up and went to sleep. And as of right now, people believe that he's doing this to replenish his own Chaos energy. We even get to see this image here of him sleeping, and if you're like me, you probably thought this would be the perfect time to do a sneak attack. But it seems like no attacks are actually effective against him, and if people try to get too close, the quills on his body will shoot out at people. I think only a handful of people, like maybe Shadow, Knuckles, Silver, and maybe even like Blaze or Metal will be able to hurt him at this point. But the good news here is that it seems like he's going to be asleep for at least 2 weeks, which I say is good because that means that Knuckles now has plenty of time to get back before Shin is going to make his next move. We also get to learn more about the Tails clones in this video, because as I'm sure you all remember, Tails was done pretty dirty back in one of the previous tapes.
Yep. Full on. I already know.
But we learned that the clones that were made basically act like cells that are going through mitosis, which is just a fancy way of saying cells are dividing. And as far as we can tell, there isn't a limit to how many times they can split, which just adds another layer to how dangerous Shin can be. Now, after Guns finally realized that they couldn't hurt Shin, the organization decided to go another route. And then we see this scene.
Project Shadow. In order to continue our efforts in stopping what has become of Sonic, we need you to give us your account of what transpired when you fought. You were nearly dead when we found you. It's only thanks to Gun that you're still here. You should have left your Chaos Emerald with us, instead of choosing to act independently. Look, we know you can hear us. The longer you refuse to comply, the more we'll get killed out there, and who knows how long it will be until Knuckles returns.
Robotnik's lab.
What?
There's someone there. They could be of use.
Who are they? Looks like we're gonna be at this for a while. Continue working on his upgrades. I want a squadron sent out to investigate Robotnik's lab as soon as possible.
Now, this scene is important for a few reasons. As I said earlier, Shadow is one of the few people that actually has a chance against Shin, and while it sounds like they may have encountered each other earlier and Shadow lost the fight, I think I understand why. Since Shadow didn't realize that Shin wasn't like technically the real Sonic, he was likely taken off guard, defeated, and then stripped of his Chaos Emerald that he was holding. But now that he's aware of what he's facing, I think that round 2 will look very different, especially when you consider that he still has his inhibitor rings on here. And we know that if Shadow takes those off, he gets a lot stronger. So it'll be interesting to see their round 2. Shadow also tells the man speaking to him to go check out Eggman's base because there's someone there that can help. And I like that he said someone instead of something, because in the next scene, we see that he was actually speaking about Metal Sonic. And while Metal isn't as much of a threat as Shadow or Sonic, he is very powerful in his own right, and he has even given Sonic and his group major issues in the past. And honestly, if Metal Sonic and Knuckles all work together, they may have a chance. The obvious issue with this is that Shadow is very arrogant sometimes and likes to go off on his own, and Metal is kind of a wild card, especially since Eggman is gone. Now, after that, we see that the people at Guns actually went out searching for more information concerning Shin, and they end up finding a cabin that looked like it had been ransacked, but they are able to actually find this beat up VHS tape, and when they played it, we saw this.
We got him. We finally got him. Can't run anymore. He's weaker. The bacteria, it's working. We're finally gonna get what we want. And it's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna cause the end of the world. Confused? Yeah, that's that was creepy.
We learn a lot from this little cutscene. The first being that they managed to weaken and catch Sonic by using some type of bacteria that seemed to be breaking down his body. When we see him in his crate here, it seems like his ribs are poking out, showing that he's definitely losing weight, and he also looks very similar to what Shin looked like in the opening episode of the series. And I think this is because Shin Sonic is actually Sonic the Hedgehog. It looked like the cultists either brainwashed him, which is like my light theory, but I think more likely they did some type of ritual that allowed a servant of Moloch to invade Sonic's body and take control. And the reason that they had to give him that bacteria first is so that they can weaken him enough to actually be taken over. Because as we know, Sonic is actually really powerful. So while we were all wondering where Sonic was in this series and if he was going to come save the day, we've technically been looking at Sonic the whole time. The thing that I find really sad about this though is that Sonic put up a heck of a fight. In the scene right here, we see that his body is literally in shambles, which I take to mean that he resisted the cult's influence for as long as his body would allow before finally giving in to the ritual's power. And for the people that were wondering like what was being said here in the red, it reads, "These walls will not hold me for long. I am able to see you. Once I obtain the rest, my reach will extend beyond this cage." And while some people thought that this was just Shin speaking, I actually think that this is Moloch speaking through Sonic, or aka Shin's body. Because my theory in the first video I made was that Shin is just a servant for Moloch, and his main goal is to gather all the Chaos Emeralds so that he can release his master onto the world. Which is why we saw this demonic looking scene here a few videos back. Next we see two cultists speaking, and it was cool to see like some humor added into this series.
For what purpose have I been summoned?
You will untie King Moloch and unleash his wrath.
How come you got me for this? Why can't you just do this yourself?
It's beneath me. I have a greater purpose than rope untire.
Okay, well, the only reason you're in charge and not me is because you pants me in the sacred locker room in front of all the boys, and they don't respect me no more. You took off my underwear and everything. Who does that?
Well, if you're like me, you're gonna do it 100%.
Dude, I remember freaking Sonic.
Alright, well, you aren't thinking rationally. Consider the fatal risk. We don't even know what he can do yet.
Sonic
Risk? You talk to me about risk? Have you forgotten our oath bounded by blood? We live with the purpose of reforming this wretched world into a utopia. By the will of Moloch, the offering of human souls will draw out King Moloch's true power. With that, we can bring to fruition a world without sin.
But straight, there are too many anomalies.
This is not up for discussion. Release him at once.
Okay. Oh, shit. Can't even freaking do that right.
Now, while this scene was really funny, it also gave us a bit more of the lore here. The cultists have confirmed that there was a plan to make a utopia under Moloch's rule and vision. And in this new world, there will be no more sin. But I think that this is false. If you read up on Moloch, he is definitely an evil being that is bent on pain and destruction. I mean, the thing that he is most well known for is child sacrifice. So best case scenario is that the new world that he's talking about building is going to have a those who walk away from a malice type of vibe, which is a short story that some of you may have read in your English class. But in that story, there's basically this city and all its people are able to live in peace. They don't have any pain. They don't have any sickness. It's just one big party. As long as one child is made to suffer alone in a dark basement under the city. And if that is the case, then that's obviously not a utopia. Now, worst case scenario is that Moloch is just going to throw the world into chaos like the vision here shows us. But put down in the comments, because I'm curious, would you be willing to live in a world where everything is literally perfect? You have everything you want and need, but a few people are going to have to suffer or either just straight up be sacrificed. And keep in mind that there's no
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't live in a world like this. I live in a world everything's flawed. That's me comic. Also, is there an SCP that's also like a Moloch? I'm gonna look that up. Moloch SCP, I got this. SCP-089. Looks like a redeeming thing. Yeah, I wish that'd be a video for another time. But yeah, that'd be out by... that'd be out. Make sure to like, subscribe, or Shin Sonic just want to destroy your house. And yeah, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe to however more, and make sure to like, subscribe, or else Shin Sonic will kill you.